Hi, I'm Michael from Pinoy Roadies.
Hi, I'm Frank Morrison, Pinoy Roadies.
Hi, I'm Anthony New and I'm one of the Pinoy Roadies.
A few years ago, basically around 2007, there were actually a handful of Pinoys who decided to go riding on the M7. At that point in time, it was just a handful of Filipinos who basically rekindled their passion for riding. And from then on, it grew to what it is now, and this is by word of mouth. Or what we do is we're pretty friendly with people. So when we see people on the shared path, we invite them for our usual Saturday rides. We meet at Rupi Hill Station and go for a ride on the M7 shared path. Winter time, we start around 7:30. Daylight savings time, we start at around 6:30. That would have been around 2007 again. And I wouldn't claim to be the sole founder. It would be a few of us, but I would be the one responsible who borrowed or who coined up with the group name of Pinoy Roadies. Currently, we're treading on 122.
And we don't have any age requirement. We've got guys from as young as 20, and we've got guys. Some of the guys all the guys are in their 60s. Some of them are in 65, 70s. So.
And I got invited to come along for a ride one day by one of the members, Lewis Reyes, who I was racing with the Penrith Cycling Club. And he said, hey mate, just come along for a ride one day. We ride out of Rudy Hill and ride the M7 shared path. And I said, yeah, sounds good. And came out and started doing the rides, and I've loved it ever since. The Pinoy Roadies are affiliated with the Penrith Cycling Club.
We are actually, there are planned activities, meaning we do join a lot of the charity rides, which is organized around Sydney, and quite a few members also engage in races all across Sydney region. And of course, we still do have our usual Saturday rides and social rides. As a group, we have the weekly rides, which is Saturday morning, but individually or in smaller groups, they could vary during weekdays, on Sundays, and on weeknights. So there are night rides as well.
One of the things with the Pinoy Roadies is officially this year, as you can see, we've got these wonderful red, white and blue kits that have been put together. They're affiliated with Cycling New South Wales, and they've got the logo here. And so now the Pinoy Roadies have very high visibility amongst the riders out on the roads these days, and people have said some really nice things about the kit and see how visible we are. And I think that's one of the big bonuses now, is that those guys that get themselves registered with Cycling New South Wales and get racing licences, and the ones that want to compete in races and the cyclo sportives, it gives the group a high visibility amongst the peloton. And out at some of the club races now, we're getting a number of guys getting out there and racing together, and we're starting to get some good sprint trains happening in some of the club racing, and there's also some of the guys are starting to get together and go in some of the different challenge events that are around the state. Some of the guys get together and they post up an event online, and then you respond to it if you want to be part of the event, and we get together and ride together as a group.
Some of the charity rides that we do all happening all around the state. Some of us do charity rides up to Mount Kosciuszko.
And there are also other rides with other groups. So although Pinoy Roadies is one group, there's no limit for any Pinoy Roadies to be in other groups as well. So it is...
there's no exclusivity.
That's right. So there are actually other... a lot of the other riders here in Pinoy Roadies actually belong to other groups as well.
Right.
It's just that they enjoy the company as well on the social hustle. And a lot of people in Pinoy Roadies have their individual goals in terms of what they want to do for their rides. It's not necessarily us a group, but obviously Pinoy Roadies support in whatever each way it can, so that the rider can achieve that goal.
Because as an Anglo-Aussie, And not being Filipino myself, I really enjoy the Filipino culture. It's Oz Pinoy. It's not just for the Filipino riders, and the guys make us the Anglo riders, and matter of fact, anybody who wants to join makes everyone really welcome. We even have recently we've had a girl join the group as well. So
I think for me, the general opinion there is that most people, I mean, like any other sport, you have to invest in the sport, or you have to invest in the hobby, if you even say that. But we would always advise them to buy the gear that they could afford. Either you put them together or you buy it from the shop, as long as it's the right fit for the person, as long as he gets the correct gear. So do not buy a bike because it's cheap, and do not also buy a bike which is overly expensive. Best just get the bike that you're happy with and best afford.
That they can afford. Basically, just buy one within your budget and start cycling.
when I first started cycling, my first bicycle, when I started getting into riding it in my mid-30s, was 10 kilograms. And then, as the guy said, you buy what you can afford, you buy an affordable bike, and you just get into the sport. And then when I started to really enjoy it and get good, I spent a bit of money and bought a bike, and it's now 7 kilograms. It went from an alloy bike to a carbon fibre bike, and it's fun to ride. But,
just buy a helmet. Doesn't matter what brand it is, as long as it has the Australian standards on it. And for shoes, it's like any other gear or sport. You buy the thing based on its purpose. Most of us, since we're riding road bikes, our shoes actually have cleats on the bottom. That just means that we are attached to the bike. We are one of the bikes binding. It's like when you ride on skis, you bind to the ski. For us, we bind on our bikes. If you're interested in riding, just pop up at Root Hill Station with your bike Saturday morning and join us. If you are still thinking of riding and are not sure on who to ask, or there is a Facebook group page called Pinoy Roadies. Very much welcome everyone, for as long as you apply to join the group, and they could freely ask tips from people or members there. I think a website is in development. It's in development, and it's free to join. We're here for the social aspect. Social, it's a non-profit organization.
We welcome all riders.
We are Australia, the fastest growing